Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend Dion. How you doing, sir?
Howdy, Mike. Doing good. Ready for round three.
Yep. In round three, I'm actually going to turn this over to you because I released a book Saturday morning at 5:44 a.m. And I thought maybe you could ask me some questions.
Okay, turning it over to me is dangerous because everybody knows I can talk for hours. Maybe not 5 hours like Matt did the other day, but
no chance.
So I'm really looking forward to this book. One of the reasons that real estate investing is working more for people now is because in the 80s and 90s, we had books that looked like an instruction manual for putting together an IKEA furniture. And one of the reasons like podcasts like yours and Bigger Pockets are so effective is because it's people's stories. People come on and they share their deal deep dives or tell me about your portfolio. And those 10 minutes to an hour of somebody sharing their journey of how they got there. Because what I really like about your first book is it's so simple. Get to 4 properties, your life has changed. Do the work every day. You're going to sacrifice a little in the beginning for a few years to really have the life that you want later. And I've listened to the video that you did with Matt, the lumberjack landlord, where it's 15 different stories from basically 15 people who got there completely different ways. So that is going to be really important to me because while one rental at a time is a very simple pattern to repeat, the ways to get there are uncountable. There's almost no, right. So how did you select the people for this book?
So that actually was a lot harder than I thought going in, right? So I have I think I have 4,500 videos, right? 5 a day adds up over time. But I have like almost 600 unique interviews, right? The first time I meet somebody, everybody goes through a half-hour conversation, right? What's your story? What's your deal? All of that. Because I'm trying to see if is it somebody I would love to do again with, and i.e. we break and do conversations like we do on our expert series, or do I get kind of an icky feeling? It's like, it happens, right? I have no idea who I'm talking to sometimes. And basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to remove anybody I got an icky feeling from, because I think they were trying to do something, right? Or they were trying to position something, or they were very biased, or I just didn't like how they ran their business. There were some people I've interviewed and I'm like, you realize you just told me you're screwing this person or screwing. I mean, I've done this for a while and I know what you're doing. So first thing I had to do is remove people I didn't feel good about. So everybody, all the 15 stories, I feel good about each individual. Most of them I've talked to more than once. That should tell you so. Anybody I talk to more than once, right? That's a good sign. And then second, I wanted to get everybody in this book. It really isn't one rental at a time. A couple of them have rental properties as kind of what they got to, right? They're going to hold wealth in rentals, but it wasn't really where any of these 15 stories started, because I feel like the original one rental at a time, it's the best out there. So these 15 stories kind of aren't that. They're wholesalers starting from scratch, or flippers, or out-of-state investors, or Burr, or Dave Ramsey fans, or, people doing 203K loans, or it's everything but one rental at a time.
I actually had a really good question and then my brain turned off like it does. So normally when somebody buys a book like this and they go through all these stories, there's going to be some takeaways. Whenever I make a video and I spend several days researching a topic to kind of script it out, give me an outline, and then I make the video, I come away from that video with something I didn't know when I had the idea to do it. What is your biggest takeaway after putting the information into, the format of a book? What do you think was the biggest thing that you took away from it?
Well, there's a couple of things I expected, and then a couple of things that surprised me. So first and foremost, all the stories start the same. They all have a want or a need, and they all struggle, right? There's nobody that's born like Justin Bieber. It's the only person I could think of that just could, when he was 7 years old, he was singing like whatever he does, right? You just don't have that in real estate. You have to earn your stripes. You have to make mistakes, right? And the people in this book all made mistakes. They all struggled, but all got somewhere, right? So we're telling full stories. And again, there's one lady in here who's flipped 100 homes and has 5 kids. I mean, I don't know about you, but that seems hard. I mean,
Yeah.
I think either flipping 100 homes or having 5 kids is hard. And if you smash those together, it's like, I can't even imagine. And then we have somebody that started real estate investing in the 80s with credit cards. I'm like, wow. I mean, just think about this. That's decades before I bought my, like 80s. That's 20 years before I got my first, right? Just the stories. So I think those were amazing. And then the thing I didn't expect is how many of them, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think it's more than half of the 15 ended up adding rentals. A lot of them are getting chunk money with flips or wholesaling or other things. But a lot of them, and I think eight of the 15, it might actually be more, have some rentals now. That's where wealth comes. You can have great income in here, but wealth is in holding, right? Time in the market, as we've talked about a couple of times. I didn't expect that. When I was putting it together, I didn't expect such a large percentage to go, damn it, I should have owned more. Because most of them will admit, I should have owned more. I should have kept more. I didn't expect that.
That's actually a theme that I see in a lot of videos when you're talking to pretty much anybody who's a flipper over a period of time.
Yeah.
Most of them say I should have kept a couple along the way, because flipping is a job. It's episodical. You stop working, the money stops coming in.
Yeah, wholesaling, it's a job. Yeah,
you're not gaining the appreciation on multiples of what you invested. You're not having tenants pay down the mortgages. High tax bracket, right?
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
It's okay.
I understand that it's very expensive to have Audible do a version of your book.
Yes, very expensive.
Okay. Is it worth looking into having your book performed by someone else and then put on Audible? Because if that's the case, I will totally narrate that book for you.
Really?
No charge. Love to do it.
Done. Dion's going to narrate the book. Thank you, Dion.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
I didn't think you'd take me up on that.
Absolutely.
I have to learn how to do that.
Yeah, no, I will, and I'll even, if there's any expense, you are going to be the host of the One Rental at a Time, 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. Done. Easy answer.
Perfect. Cool. Because I love your content and I want to get it out to as many people as possible. And I am an Audible
junkie,
information intaker. Like I don't have the time to read.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I can listen. Okay.
All right.
There you go.
There we go. I am so happy. You have no idea
Awesome.
how happy I am right now.
Oh, then I'm glad we made this video because that was actually something I was going to pitch offline. But
no, let's
cool.
put it on video. I don't mind. Yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea. Thank you for making that offer. We'll have to figure out. We'll get you the book's already been ordered, so we'll get it.
I've already ordered the book, so it's on the way as soon as it gets here.
So we'll play with it for the next month or so, and I'm going to guess there's a studio out there you're going to have to go to record because it has to be a certain sound and all of that. But yeah, I will fund all of that. I would love to have your voice be the narrator of this. That would be pretty cool.
Cool. And the only thing that matters to me is that I'm not compensated for it.
Understood.
That's important. So
we'll do some book giveaways or something so you can give stuff out. But
cool.
I understand. Yeah, I will.
Right,
yeah,
awesome.
Totally get it. I guess the other thing I just want to mention about the most important thing for me about this book is I honestly think everybody will read it hope everybody reads cover to cover. And then I expect, or my vision was, you would only go back and read certain chapters. That's what that was my vision on purpose. Because I remember looking at a book, Gary Keller's book, and just diving into stories at the end. That's what I hope happens. I hope everybody finds at least 3, if not 5 stories out of the 15 that just resonate with you. And you go back, because the thing that happens in real estate, at least happened to me, is it's hard in the beginning. You have no guarantees it's going to work. This is the book that I've created to help you see that it's possible. Hold on tight, get through the hard part, and life gets better. That was my vision when I spent a year creating this darn thing.
I hope more people look at the book that way when they're reading it, as they go through the stories to figure out which stories they want to go back and read.
Star them, asterisk them, whatever, right?
Just like your channel, I have several videos from interviews that you've done in the past where I have them marked in my YouTube app that I can go back and just listen to that again because it had great information.
Yeah, sometimes it just speaks to you. And that's what I really hope I hope you find 3 chapters that you just consume endlessly until you get to the point where it works. Because for me, I didn't know this was going to work for 8 years. About year 8, when the money really and I realized I could start flipping or buying junk and turning without taking money out of my account. I'm like, holy cow, that's a lot of money that stuff's making. Right. So that's what I hope happens, is people just hold on tight and use this book to do it.
Awesome.
Very cool. And again, you are going to narrate the book.
Yes.
Thank you, buddy. How can people find you?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom. Thank you.
Very cool. Thanks, buddy.